So we've been in the tire business for over 4 generations. If you cut me here, you get rubber flowing out, not blood. Being from the industry, we know that our industry is old and ripe for disruption. We started Genesis in 2015 to do things differently. We wanted to create a vehicle to enable disruption, to make our very old industry very young again. Absolutely. If you're not going digital today as a CEO, then you seriously need to rethink. Digital is the future, but it's not the only future. So, tires, unlike books or music, are a product that can never fully be digitized. So there's always will be an offline infrastructure required to manufacture the tires, distribute them, and finally fit them. We aim at using technological advances at Genesis to improve the processes in each of the areas and create a fully vertically integrated chain direct from our factory to the consumer. And what we want to do is find efficiencies in each part of that value chain. This will ultimately allow us to provide value to the consumer. And this is the real idea behind Cartisan. It's the first fully integrated F2C subscription provider in the industry. But we have an existing customer base, and they've been really good to us, especially our customers in Spain. So as such, we have new and innovative ways of getting them involved in this digital transformation. So we're currently working on connecting ERPs of our customers to provide them more business, and looking at further opportunities for them as well. Disruption is happening every day around us. We think that we're disrupting the industry, but there are startups out there that will disrupt disruptors like us. So that's good for the overall industry, but perhaps not so good for our bottom line. I just also happen to be the chairman of Whirlpool Capital, which is a venture capital fund focused out of disruptive startups out of London. So I get to see what's happening on ground zero. I get to see the proposals from hundreds of startups every year. And if we see something promising, we can either invest in them, partner with them, or maybe do the Amazon style and just acquire them, depending on what's best for their business and our business. This is already in our culture and our DNA. The people that tend to join the Genesis family tend to be out-of-the-box thinkers, and they attract other people who are of that same ilk. But why even have a box? All the members of the family are encouraged to aim higher and higher, but the best way I see to get out of the box is to be out there on the front line and speak with the customers. Those are the ones that give you the ideas. Sometimes, frankly, you don't need to think out of the box, just listen out of the box. Decisions need to be made fast and from the gut. That does not mean you don't analyze or crunch the numbers, but ultimately we don't want analysis paralysis in our company. We have enough people within the family that understand the culture of the business and have been with us a long time. So if they all think it's a good idea, then trust them and go with it. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we are a family. We're a little crazy, but aren't all families a little crazy? And most importantly, we have each other's back, and that's critical. And I think, whenever people join us from large multinationals, this is what kind of takes them the most time to get used to, but also what they stay for and what they really love. At Genesis, people are focused on building their businesses and getting on with their lives. There's no BS. We're not interested in the rest of the stuff. Just get on with it. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen more and speak less. There are a lot of people out there who know more than you, more than me, and it's a great opportunity to learn from them. But once you've heard everybody, then it's your job as a leader to call the play. Here you need to be very swift and very decisive. Finally, I would tell them also to remember that real leaders eat last. It's a great book that I read, and effectively it just means protect your team, always protect your team, and they will always take a bullet for you. There are all these statistics out there that in the next 20 years or so, 40% or more of the jobs that exist today are not the jobs that are going to be existing tomorrow. So how do you prepare for that future? How do we prepare our children for that future? Well, I think the best way to prepare is really simple. In the case of your children, don't focus on skills. Focus on growing their mind, their curiosity, their creativity, their social skills. That's what's going to get them through in the future. In the case of the company, you just have to hire the best people and trust that when things change, they'll be able to adapt ahead of the curve. Now, that's not to say you don't invest in training. Right? So our senior team go to Singularity University in Silicon Valley to ensure that they're constantly thinking on a disruptive path. We also keep our ear close to the ground to see what's happening in the startup community. We're very focused on blockchain and how that will shape our industry. And we've invested in several blockchain startups that include those affecting the shipping industry. Because don't forget, we ship tens of thousands of containers across the world every year, and that's just a super archaic industry. So the biggest luxury for me is honestly time with my family. I travel a lot, which involves a huge sacrifice that my family makes. And being there for them is frankly why you do what you do in the first place. So for me, that is life's ultimate luxury. So managing time is all about being present. If I'm with my family and I spend the time checking email, then I might as well not be there. So I make a conscious decision to switch off all electronic communication and genuinely be present with my family and focus on them in family time. Even though with all the travel it becomes difficult to always be there, but when I am there, I'm actually there. Right? And most importantly, I don't micromanage. So we have the best people that work within the Genesis family. We hire the best, so let them get on with it and learn from them. This saves enormous time and energy and frankly allows me to really benefit from their vast experience and talents. My Genesis family and I built the Genesis business from ground up. So if I wasn't at Genesis, I'd be building up another Genesis somewhere else, I guess. In terms of backup plans, if it all disappeared overnight, that means we just build it again. We've done it a few times from nothing to a significant business. We love what we do, so we just do it again and again. But I hope that we learn each time and do it better and better each time.